Stem cells, the building blocks of life. What are stem cells? All the cells in your body start from stem cells. Stem cells are undifferentiated, which means they haven't yet specialized to do a particular job. Unlike regular cells, stem cells can 1. Replicate, make more stem cells. 2. Differentiate, turn into specialized cells depending on the instructions they receive. Image suggestion. Diagram showing a stem cell splitting into 2 stem cells, or replication, and turning into a white blood cell, or a muscle cell, or differentiation. Embryonic stem cells are found in early human embryos. These cells are very versatile because they have the potential to become any type of cell in the body. Adult stem cells exist too, but only in certain tissues like bone marrow. They are more limited and can only make certain types of cells, such as blood cells. Image suggestion. Side-by-side illustration of an embryo with embryonic stem cells and adult bone marrow with adult stem cells. Using stem cells in medicine. Adult stem cells. Doctors already use adult stem cells to treat diseases. For example, bone marrow transplants can help people with blood disorders like sickle cell anemia. Bone marrow contains stem cells that can develop into new healthy blood cells. Embryonic stem cells. In the future, embryonic stem cells could be used to replace faulty cells in patients with serious conditions. Examples include nerve cells, to repair damaged spinal tissue in people with spinal injuries. Insulin-producing cells, to help people with diabetes. Image suggestion. Diagram showing stem cells differentiating into nerve cells and insulin-producing cells, with labels for each. Therapeutic cloning. Scientists can create an embryo with the same genetic information as a patient. The stem cells from this embryo will match the patient's DNA, reducing the risk of rejection if they are used to replace faulty cells. Image suggestion. Flowchart showing patient therapeutic cloning embryo stem cells, patient treatment. Risks and ethical issues. Risks. Lab-grown stem cells could become contaminated with viruses. The cells could develop in unwanted ways if not carefully controlled. Ethical issues. Using embryonic stem cells destroys the embryo, which some people consider a potential human life. Others argue that helping existing patients is more important than the rights of embryos, especially since many embryos used in research come from fertility clinics and would otherwise be destroyed. Alternative research. Scientists are exploring ways to reprogram adult cells into stem cell-like cells to avoid using embryos, but more research is needed to ensure this is safe. Image suggestion. Table comparing adult versus embryonic stem cells, showing pros, cons, and ethical considerations. Stem cells in plants. In plants, stem cells are found in meristems, which are growth regions, for example, tips of roots and shoots. Plant stem cells can differentiate into any type of plant cell throughout the plant's life. Applications include cloning plants with desired features for farming, producing more of rare species to prevent extinction. Dutch elm disease-resistant elm trees can be cloned to save the species. Image suggestion. Illustration of a plant meristem producing different types of plant cells and a cloned tree farm. Practice questions. Fact recall. Q1. What is a stem cell? Answer. A stem cell is an undifferentiated cell that can replicate and differentiate into specialised cells. Q2. What type of cells can early embryonic stem cells turn into? Answer. They can turn into any type of cell in the body. Q3. Give one place where stem cells can be found in an adult human. Answer. Bone marrow. Q4. Why could embryonic stem cells produced by therapeutic cloning be useful for replacing faulty cells in a sick person? Answer. Because they have the same DNA as the patient, so the body is less likely to reject them. Q5. Name the tissue in plants where stem cells can be found. Answer. Meristems. Practice questions. Application. Q1. Alzheimer's disease damages neurons in the brain. Suggest a way embryonic stem cells could be used to treat it. Give another possible use. Answer. They could be used to replace damaged neurons in the brain. Another use, replace insulin-producing cells in diabetic patients. Q2. Embryonic stem cells for research are often from embryos left over from fertility clinics. Why might some people prefer this? Answer. Because these embryos would otherwise be destroyed. Using them helps patients without creating new embryos specifically for research. Q3. Some think embryos before 14 days aren't alive yet. Why might others disagree? Answer. Because they believe human life begins at conception, so using embryos for research is morally wrong. Suggested images for learning. 1. Stem cell replication and differentiation diagram. 2. Embryo stem cells versus adult stem cells. 3. Stem cells being used in medicine or nerve cells, insulin cells. 4. Therapeutic cloning flowchart. 5. Adult versus embryonic stem cell comparison table. 6. Plant meristem producing plant cells and clones.